Welcome to What Are You Sporting About podcast, a podcast about business, employment, sports, and entertainment to help educate, support, and guide you to your next level. Here's your host, attorney Sivonnia DeBarros.
Hello, everyone. I am your host, Sivonnia DeBarros, also known as the Protector of Athletes. And I just want to say really quick before we get started, happy Black History Month. But of course, you know, your girl is melanin. I'm from a melanin family. We Black. Look, every day of the year. All right. So happy Black History Month. Man, if you are, and you know you are, if you are an individual that is just making moves in your family, give it up for yourself because you, my dear or sir, are absolutely making history. We have history makers right in our own backyards. And sometimes all we got to do is pull from the inspiration of people who are already around us or near us who have set the example. Even if they have not gone to the heights that you've gone to, guess what? They've taught us something valuable. So I got a good conversation for you guys today. We're going to be talking about wealth consciousness for this week's episode to kick off Black History Month. And so let me go ahead and dive in real quick. Look, if this is your first time joining me for a What Are You Sporting About podcast, you might also hear me say WASA. Go ahead and interact with me if you're watching this live or if you're listening live. Let me know where you're listening from so I can interact with you. And if you are catching this at a later time, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you go to your favorite podcasting platform and click the button to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Listen, don't miss an episode, y'all. All right? Cool. So if you are new here, welcome. I am your host, Sivonnia DeBarros. I'm also known as the Protector of Athletes, but I'm also an attorney. I represent athletes and millionaire entrepreneurs, helping them with contracts, trademarks, federal and state trial support, and they pay me to increase their business profits by boosting their legal protection. So listen, we're going to be talking about wealth consciousness today, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited about this conversation because this also is the center of my breakthrough from last week. So I have the fortune to be taught by some of the best in the business. Shout out to Mr. Lamar and Ronnie Tyler. They run a company called Traffic Sales and Profits, TSP, and they host these major events 2 times out of the year. So I just came back from TSP Game Plan in Atlanta last week, y'all. And they had a brother on the stage named Julian talking about wealth consciousness. And I can't remember the name of his actual presentation, but wealth consciousness was the thing that just hit me so deep in my chest. I'm like, oof. All right, brother, you really speaking to me. You're speaking to me. And I just had so many breakthroughs. So it'll be super messed up if I didn't use this as the first opportunity to talk to you guys on or during the month of Black History Month so we can really talk about wealth and specifically Black wealth. So shout out to Lamar and Ronnie Tyler. Y'all, they are grossing the cover of Black Enterprise for the month of February. It's absolutely amazing. So if you have not seen it, go to Google, search for the cover, for the February cover, and you will see this power couple. I just can't even be more proud and happy for them because they work so hard. And they are individuals that are truly changing the landscape of Black wealth. They are individuals who specifically work with Black entrepreneurs to help them build wealth and protect wealth. So a lot of times Lamar would say, oh, well, it's easy to make money, but building wealth is something different. And I totally agree. All right. We know that there's been this huge divide in the States around Black wealth versus everybody else. But when I tell you this company is doing something amazing, they are literally closing the wealth gap in the Black community. It's amazing to see, and it's also amazing to be a part of and to be in the group of like-minded people who are also on a quest, not just to be able to have and build freedom, but to build wealth where their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren will also be able to reap those benefits. All right. So before I go any further, I also just got to give a shout out to all the college athletes yesterday. If you're watching this later, because this is going to go live next week. But if you are watching or listening to this episode now, yesterday was February 1st, which was the National Signing Day. So congratulations to all of the young athletes, or should I say, young athlete entrepreneurs. Congratulations to you all for taking that leap and finding the school of your choice to help you to fulfill your dreams. It is huge. It's not a small feat. I will never forget when I was looking for which school I should go to, and I had so much anxiety around it. I'm like running different ideas to my mom and everything. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal, guys. And this is the first step to many, many, many monumental decisions that you will have to make. And especially when you get yourself into that mindset of really thinking about wealth and creating wealth, you're going to have to make sure. You have to make sure that you are really in full alignment so you can make the best decisions possible for yourself. And even if they turn out to be not so good, that you have the mindset to learn from them. So, guys, listen, I've said before, if people really piss me off, they'll probably piss me off by wasting my time. All right. And I've said that I can go and make more money, but I can't make more time. So if someone pisses off my time, like that really frustrates me. But I didn't even know that someone else had already created this quote, y'all. I didn't even know it was an actual quote. So I was pulling up some inspirational stuff for you guys today for this episode, and I saw it, and I can't remember the young man's name, but it was by a guy who said that you can make more money, you can't make more time. And it's so absolutely true. And that's why time is one of the pieces to wealth, right? That we can create and that we can enjoy. And so when you lose time, for those who actually values it, when we lose time, it really does something to us. So think about all of the people that you might have lost, the people that you love. We always talk about, man, I wish I can get more time back. I wish I could get more time back. People don't talk about, oh, I wish I could get more money back, right? The money is just secondary. It's secondary. It's there, right? We can go and we can make more money. But for the people we love, if their time on earth ends, we can't get more time with them. And so time is a certain variable of wealth. So how can you build more wealth with your time? A lot of you guys know that last year summer, because I think I talked about it on the podcast, but last year summer, I spent 3 months abroad, working abroad. I spent so much time with my son. We went and traveled over the entire country, and we took other travels with my husband to Greece, and we went to several places in Greece. But it was amazing because I saw how valuable my time was. And it was also one of the most productive times in my life. I worked less hours, I worked less weeks, and I still made more money. I made more in that short span of time than people would make in a full year. All right. So, time is truly a valuable asset that can help us to create wealth, because when you have time, you're generally more happy. You can spend the time with the people that you love. You can do some of the things that you enjoy doing. But when we like really screw over our time, we find ourselves being frustrated because we can't do the things that we want to do. We can't see the people that we want to see, right? And so then that part of the wealth conversation starts to dwindle down, and we get a little frustrated about our lives. So look, guys, I want to talk to you about this wealth conscious concept because it literally blew my mind. And when I tell you that I had such an awakening, I never thought that I would be touched like this, the way that I was, right? So there's an example that this young man gave us, and he told us, like, hey, I want y'all to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And of course, everyone did it. Yes, Rhonda is watching. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda says Jim Rohn. That is correct. Jim Rohn has, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name the right way. But his quote is, time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. It is, yes, I agree with that 100%. So this speaker, he has us breathe in and breathe out. And then his next question is, okay, so why can't you create wealth? You should be so wealthy conscious, the same way that you are to breathe, that you attract more money. But there are things that we do that keep wealth from finding us. So I went and I'm looking at this information, right? Because I'm like, okay, I want to talk about this subject for this week's episode. So who else is talking about this? And then I run across this quote that says, wealth is the ability to fully experience life, by Henry David Thoreau. And then I see something that says wealth consciousness. It's like the law of attraction. It's the law of attraction. So imagine, negative people attract other negative people. And then you got like this whole group of negative people. And no one, like a positive person, would not want to be a part of that group because it's just too negative. It drains the life out of a person that just want to do good in life, that want to make it to the next step or phase in their life. It's draining. So the law of attraction is you attract more of who you are. You attract more of what you do, right? So if I want to be wealthy, and if I'm saying I'm wealthy, then I need to put myself in the mindset that I am wealthy. Listen, when I tell y'all my breakthrough is literally catching up with all of the stages I've taken myself through. And I don't know what your particular stories may be, but I got to share this with y'all because I think it was 2022, the top of the year, 2022. I woke up and it was like, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. It was like, okay, like I instinctively know that I am a millionaire, right? Versus all the other years, like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. That conversation was so different in my head, in my mind. So my mindset had already shifted. I'm a millionaire. Now, I'm going to be honest. As of today, I am not literally a millionaire. Like the money ain't in the bank. But I know that I am a millionaire. And sometimes it's hard to attract the things that we say we want because we don't walk around with the mindset and with the level of faith that we should have to attract what we are or what we say we are, right? And so here I am walking around all of this time just trying to do all the things and working so hard and going hard, sometimes 14 hours a day on top of taking care of my kid and everything, y'all. And I'm like, why is it not happening? Why is it not happening? Other people are doing this and they're doing that and they're making this amount of money, this, da, 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 da. But here's where my breakthrough came from. All of that frustration was the thing that was just centering me. It didn't matter what I said I was. It didn't matter how I viewed myself. The fact of the matter is I was just attracting more frustration into my life. I was becoming more aggravated with the fact that I had not hit a level of success that I feel like I deserve to have because I wasn't acting in the mindset that I am something. I was acting on the mindset that I just wanted something. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a completely different situation. It's a completely different situation, right? When you know that you are, you start ordering your steps a little bit differently. And when I came home, I instinctively, like I made sure that I didn't just rush myself back into the rat race. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to, bust my butt up until 9-10 p.m. at night. And my son is like, mama, I'm not doing it because I know that I am worthy of everything that God has for me. And I'm going to work towards it, right? I'm definitely going to put in the work because we can't say we are something or we want something, we don't work for it. But we have to understand that we attract the same energy that we give out. And here I am over here giving out all the frustration energy, and I was getting frustration back. You know what I mean? Rhonda says that your vibe attracts your tribe, which is so true. And you become like the 5 people you hang around. Listen, they had us do this exercise. Like, who are the 5 most people? Who are the 5? I think it said 5 common people that you talk to the most. And when I wrote out my 5 people, of course, my kid was was one of them. And it's kind of funny too, because the more I grow and become comfortable in my skin and more comfortable in my mindset and around what I'm doing, I can be more childlike without feeling like I'm being judged. Like I can just have fun, guys. For so long, I felt like I needed to be serious. I felt like, if this is what I want, then I have to be on top of my game, and I got to do this and I got to do that. And I can't be out here playing and this and that. But you know what? Some of the biggest multi-millionaire and billionaires, they have fun. They have fun. I gotta have fun. And fun is the thing that is going to remove a lot of that frustration. So, yes, my kid was one of the 5 people that I wrote on the note on my paper, one of the 5 people that I hang around the most. And obviously, a lot of us are still working virtually. At least I am. So some of those people that were on my paper are folks that I communicate with on a regular basis, who are also doing amazing things. So when you surround yourself with the right type of people, you change your mindset. You begin to put yourself into a situation where now you'll start seeing how all of those things are helping you to become a better person. And when you become a better person, you start to attract better things, right? You start to really see how your life is aligning with what and who you believe you are. Period. Period. Y'all, I had such a major breakthrough. Such a major breakthrough. And to be a Black woman in America, we already have and live with the issues of, well, I can't get this opportunity because they see me as inferior, or they're going to give our white sisters and brothers the opportunity before they even look at us. And a lot of that is completely true. But at the end of the day, you are powerful by yourself, with or without the support. You know what I mean? You have to cut out the noise. You don't have to ignore that it is there. We live in America. We live in America. But there are people who are out there who want to work with you, who want to help you. But if you approach or walk around with this negative shield on your chest, they're not going to want to work with you. And your reality is going to be that everybody else who is not like you, or not of the same race as you, creed, religion, or whatever it may be, you're going to approach everybody with that same sentiment that they just don't want to work with you because you're Black. And honestly, there's a lot of truth to it, but it ain't true for everybody. So then what happens is you lock yourself out of attracting wealth where you could have gotten it from different places. Right? Like we have to put ourselves in a position where not only can we discern what is happening around us, but we can grow so amazingly in our mindsets and in the strength and the power that we have, that was endowed on the inside of us, and walk around so confidently with that, to know that we are worthy of everything that is out there for us. It doesn't matter who say they are the gatekeeper to what thing. It doesn't matter, because you yourself have the power to go and get what it is that you need to get you to the next level, to serve the masses in the way that God would intend you to serve them. Right? So at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we create the right mindset, that we understand the difference between wanting to be something and are something, because that was another major nugget that I got. It's not the fact that I just want this thing, right? But it becomes more frustrating for me as a person when I know that I am something. I am called to do something that seems like it's not working. And part of that is, if it seems like it's not working, then I'm going to ask you, is your faith working? Right? Is your faith working around who you say you are? Because if your faith is working, if you say you are this person or this particular way, then it's time that we start attracting the things that align with who we are, to get us into that place of real, true wealth. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me, young? Yes. So I'm just super excited. And I'm very excited that this particular breakthrough came at the beginning of this year of 2023. Because I ain't gonna lie, your girl was a little aggravated. The beginning of January, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this cannot be how 2023 is starting already. But every time I learn something new, and every time I have a breakthrough, I want to make sure that I'm sharing it with you guys, because I know a lot of times the things that I do and I say, they're not just for me. They're for many, many more people. We are just the vessels and the vehicle to help spread the message of the Most High. At least that's my belief. I don't know what you believe in, but that's my belief. All right. So if y'all like this episode, make sure you go and subscribe to What Are You Sporting About podcast on any podcasting platform so you never miss an episode again. And on top of that, I'm always talking about mindset because I like to level up in different ways. I know some people may not like it, but I do. I really, really appreciate the mindset conversations. So if that's you and you're like, hey, Sivonnia, I want to know, how can I level up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it might be in terms of a mindset issue, then guess what? You should definitely come to the NIL Combine event this year in July. I'm super excited for it. It is the #1 premier event around name, image, and likeness for student athletes, athletic directors, coaches, and their parents, whomever is the village keepers for the student athletes. Listen, y'all can come too. So it's going to go down July 27th through the 29th here in Chicago. So make sure you go to bit.ly/NIL Combine. You can go there right now and secure your seat so you don't miss it. And it's also at the bottom of my screen if you are watching this live or if you see it at another time. Again, get your tickets at bit.ly/NIL Combine 2023. Listen, before I wrap up, I just want to encourage you guys that life does not have to look the same as it did for your forefathers. It doesn't have to look the same as it did for your parents. It don't have to look the same as it did last year or last month. We have the power to change our circumstances and to change them for the better, right? We have that power, but now it's just time that we tap into it, that we understand that what we attract is exactly what we're giving out, that energy that we're putting out into the world. So let's check ourselves first. Let's check ourselves. Let's do an audit on us to determine, how exactly am I showing up in the world? Am I saying that I want something? Am I saying that I am something that is completely out of alignment with what I'm doing and how I'm showing up and how I'm treating other people, right? Let's do an audit on ourselves because we are all worthy of wealth, but we are all not wealth conscious. So when you start changing the way you show up in the world, and you start seeing how you are attracting certain things, now that is the information we need to help us to go back to the drawing board to make the changes necessary so that we can become wealthy in every aspect of life. All right. I'm your girl, Sivonnia DeBarros, also known as Protector of Athletes, and it's always a pleasure to speak to you guys, to educate, support, and motivate you to your very next level. Until next time, guys, I'll check you later. Ciao.
Joining us this week on What Are You Sporting About podcast. Make sure to visit our website, prosportlawyer.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite platform is, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes or iHeartRadio. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like the show, you might want to check out our book, What Are You Sporting About? Attorney Sivonnia DeBarros is available for private consulting at sldebarros.com. And remember, we're here to educate, support, and guide you in your journey to success, because we're all sporting about something.